Hey everybody, and welcome back. So today I'm going to give you a little rundown on my skincare regimen with The Ordinary. There are, I want to say how many? I think there's only 2 other things that I use in my skincare daily regimen that are not from The Ordinary. The first being my face wash, which is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. That's just what I use to wash my face. And then the other thing being my Guidance to Glow Phyto Calming Serum, which is the green one I've mentioned in a favorites before. It's from my esthetician's line. That I use for helping to calm the redness and hyperpigmentation that I have in my cheek area just from past breakouts. But everything else is from the Ordinary, and I'm going to go ahead and go over that today, tell you what to use it for, and AM PM routine kind of thing. So going ahead and starting off with, after I wash my face every morning, I will go in and I mix. So I put a drop here, and a drop on my forehead, and then I go in with the Phyto Calming Serum and I put a drop here, here, and here, and I mix these 2 together. So with the Phyto Calming Serum, I put The Ordinary's Alpha Arbutin 2% plus HA. I do believe HA is Hyaluronic Acid. Do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure because I have several products with the HA in it, and I think I remember reading that on the website. With this one, it's a serum as well. Majority of these are serums. If they're not, I'll tell you what it is. This one, the 2 main things that it helps with is hyperpigmentation and dark spots. I don't necessarily have dark spots, but I do have the hyperpigmentation. With this one, I'll just show you what it looks like. It's a nice clear liquid. You get 30 mLs. I'm pretty sure it's a fluid ounce. Okay, right. Yes, it is 1 fluid ounce. So all their serums that I'll be mentioning are 1 fluid ounce. And as you can see, I'm literally at the very bottom here. Everything is gone, but luckily I have a backup already, and this lasted me almost 3 months. It's about the 3-month mark now that I've been using this regimen. I really enjoy this. It's a thicker formula, you can see that little drop. So it's not as liquidy as certain serums are, so it's a little bit thicker, which is why I like to mix this one at the same time as the Phyto Calming, because that one is more liquidy, so I feel like it allows this to spread a little bit better. This one, it's hard to say honestly if one thing works better than the other because I've been using them in conjunction, and with skincare it takes about 4 to 12 weeks depending on the person, depending on your skin and the brand and what you're using, the ingredients, where you're going to see your results. So if you're expecting to see it within the first month, sometimes that's not going to happen. I used to work in the cosmetic skincare realm a bit ago, and that's kind of just the general time frame that most companies will tell you with their skincare is 4 to 12 weeks. I know that sounds like a long time, but if you think about it, when you have damage or just issues with your skin, they didn't just pop up overnight. Generally it's something that has been sitting on your skin or going underneath your skin. You have to go a lot deeper than the top layer of your skin, which is why it's going to take a lot longer. So within the first month, I didn't notice too much, I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't until probably halfway through the 2nd month to now, I want to say the last 3 or so weeks, my skin has been the best it's been in years, and I literally am so excited because I always had a little bit of texture. I still get the occasional hormonal breakout just along the jawline here, but other than that, my skin has been so much smoother, and the hyperpigmentation looks quite so inflamed. But unfortunately I'm pretty fair, I have really thin skin, so I bruise easily, and you just see redness easily. It's just part of my skin, unfortunately. So that is the first serum that I use in conjunction in the morning. I'm going to mention this because this is something that I used for a little bit in the mornings as well, but just since I'm so not oily now, I don't find myself reaching for this, but I want to mention it because if you are oily, I think this would be something to pick up. It's just the Niacinamide. Yeah, I don't want to butcher these. Niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. This one is a high strength vitamin and mineral blemish formulation. I did pick this up because on Deciem website, or if you go on Beautylish, they have kind of you pick what your problem areas are, and it'll give you a suggested routine, which is why I picked this up. All of this that I'm mentioning is under $10, so I didn't mind the fact that I really don't use this anymore. It's not a big deal, but this one is actually really good. So this one helps to regulate sebum and minimize pores. So if those are two things that you have an issue with, like more oily skin and bigger pores, this works really well. Mind you, I really don't get very oily at all now, but with this I could sweat and still, like, once the sweat was like dry, like if I were out in the heat, there would be no oils coming through. This is crazy. Mind you, my skin type is a little bit different, so this could or could not work for you just with any of these products in general, but I do recommend giving this a look into because I was really impressed. If I were still oily, I think this would be amazing. And then after I go in with the alpha arbutin and my Phyto calming serum, the next step I'll do, this is still in my morning routine, so it's a little bit more simple in the morning for me. So once I put those two serums on, I'll just use like a spot treatment if I have any like active breakouts. Luckily it hasn't been that much lately. But after that, then I'll just go in with a moisturizer, and this is so good. It's so basic, but it's so good. If you're looking for like treatment for like wrinkles or anything like that, this isn't that. This is just a basic, really good, lightweight, hydrating moisturizer. And I do have more normal to dry skin, and this works for me even though it's not heavy and it's not super lightweight. It's just that perfect balance. So I feel like this could work for a good amount of skin types. It's just the natural moisturizing factors plus HA. This is just, it's a surface hydration formula. Basically, I use it as a moisturizer in the morning as like my last step before I go into anything primer or skincare related, or sorry, makeup related. This is great. Literally, this is only for hydration. There's no other like benefits. The actual little bottle looks just like this. It's a little squeezy tube. It looks a little bit thick when it comes out of the tube compared to other moisturizers that they have or other like cream based products that they have, but once it warms up on your skin, it's the perfect balance. It's kind of like a lotion. Like I'd say that more so than anything. It's not like a gel, it's not an ultra cream, it's more of like a lotion, I suppose. But I've been loving that. I mentioned in my favorites. And then for eye stuff, so in the morning I'll put on the Caffeine Solution 5% plus EGCG. This one basically just helps to reduce the appearance of eye contour pigmentation, and it helps with puffiness too. I don't necessarily have issues with either one of those, thankfully, but this is very like calming and soothing to the skin before you put on your eye cream, which is what I do. So I'll put just a really thin layer of this, like a drop between my fingers, and I kind of just press it in and let it dry before I put my eye balm or my eye cream. Very calming, but if you have puffiness or like dark circles, this is supposed to be amazing. This is in a darker tube than any of the other serums are, because this does have the caffeine in it, and it helps to avoid oxidizing when it's in a darker container like this. Mind you, I keep them in a box too because I just feel like it helps keep it a little bit more fresh, and so it doesn't oxidize and go bad quickly. I keep it in here, and you want to keep this type of product out of like direct heat or heat in general. Some people can put this in the fridge, honestly, if you're looking for even more cooling. That's awesome, especially during the summer now. It's crazy. Let me see if there's anything else on here. It has green tea in it as well. This is a product that you can use morning and night, so kind of just with this you can customize your own routine of sorts. Decium is amazing at answering questions on their Instagram. I haven't really used their online service, but if you ask them on their Instagram, they're amazing at coming up with regimens for you depending on your skin type. Really good customer service, so I recommend that if you have any questions about any of this. And that's something I'll use at night on my eyes instead of the caffeine solution. And I even put this on my hands, is just the 100% plant-derived squalane. Squalane is just a very natural, lightweight, it's basically for hydration. This one is a serum, so it's not a cream or a balm or anything like that. It comes in the same type of bottle as the caffeine one does. So it's just 1 fluid ounce once again. This is a lot more liquidy. It's pretty much has the consistency of water. It's very easy to sink into the skin. So what I'll do with this, once again, just put a drops rub it between my fingers and kind of just pat it onto the eye area. It doesn't leave like a filmy residue. I know that sometimes serums can do that. This one doesn't. It's really good for just basic hydration, and I sleep with it on, and I just feel like my eyes are never really dry, thankfully. And I use this on my hands too. I kind of just put a couple drops and rub my hands together, because lotions tend to be a little bit heavy on my skin, so I don't use them very often. But since this is so lightweight and it sinks in really quickly, and it's a moisturizer, so I just use that. And that's it for the skincare in the morning. The only difference is 2 products for the nighttime. So once again, after I wash my face, nighttime, I'll go in with the Phyto Calming Serum and the Alpha Arbutin together first. Let that sink in for about 20 seconds. And then I'll go in with this next serum, which is the Hyaluronic Acid plus B5. This is just really, really good for hydration. Once again, I have normal to dry skin, so I focus majority of my skincare on hydration and pigmentation. Those are my issues. So this one just helps with hydration and repair. It has the B5 and the hyaluronic acid. So I love these formulations because they're simple. It's not like, oh, 12 benefits in one. In reality, maybe one thing's actually really working for your skin. This way you can customize it with more potent quantities of what you're actually looking for and mix and match that way. Mind you, give yourself like 20 seconds once you rub it in for each of these serums to sink in. I believe 3 serums is like the max before you can start getting like ball up, especially in the morning time. So just kind of like keep it at 2 to 3 serums. Otherwise, I have this issue myself. You get a little bit too much product on your face and your skin can't absorb all of it. So once you go to apply any foundation or anything with like color coverage, it'll ball up, and I struggle with that sometimes. I just want all the hydration, all the goodness. This one is super, super nice as well. Really lightweight, soaks in really quickly. This has like pretty much the same consistency, so like a little bit of a thicker white serum, but once again, this dries onto your skin very, very quickly, so you do need to work with rubbing it in soon. Once again, one drop, one drop, one drop, and then I kind of just blend it in. And then the very last thing I will do before I go to bed at night for my skincare regimen, this is just the Azelaic Acid Suspension 10%. This is a multifunctional brightening formulation. This and the Natural Moisturizing Factor are my 2 favorite products. This is my 2nd bottle of this, and I have another backup already as well. But it's just, this is really, really lightweight. It has more of like a powdery creamy feel to it, so it's a thicker cream than the Natural Moisturizing Factors. But what this one helps with, which is why I love this, this one specifically, you can use AM or PM as well. I just use that PM, but this one helps with uneven skin tone, dullness, and textural irregularity. It's that word again, irregularities. Hold on, we're gonna get it. Irregularities. This just goes on and it absorbs into my skin to where I don't feel like I have like a heavy nasty cream, because I just don't like feeling stickiness or tackiness on my skin, and I don't have an issue with this. I really feel like these 2 in specific have just really, really been helping with just the overall hydration and textureness of my skin. I can't say enough about this, because when you have problematic skin, anything that gives you a noticeable difference it's a godsend. Once again, that is just my morning and night routine using the Ordinary skincare. This is a great line to look into. Once again, they sell it on Beautylish if you are in the States. I think they ship worldwide, but don't quote me on that. But they just have really quick shipping. Sometimes they have stuff on stock on ASOS.com if that's closer to you. I just really feel like this is a standout brand. I've been incredibly impressed with their customer service and just the amount of knowledge that goes into each product. They have some amazing chemists coming up with some amazing products, and they're keeping it at a very affordable range for the customers, and I appreciate that so much. So once again, if you have any questions that I can potentially answer, I apologize if I rambled in this. Skincare just excites me when it actually works properly, and the fact that it's budget friendly. You can't go wrong. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you very soon in my next video.